So pink eye is something where it's usually pretty easy to tell if you have it or not. Obviously, the name, your eye is going to be pink or red, um, and it itches. Sometimes it burns. Sometimes it feels like there's like something stuck in your eye and you just can't get it out. Um, but generally, it's just a kind of like a tingling or like a burning sensation in your eye, and it'll just be red. Looks like bloodshot almost, and so you can tell pretty easily when somebody has pink eye, and so which is good because then you can know whether to stay away from them or not. So I've had pink eye several times in my life, with kind of varying levels of severity, but the worst was when I was on my mission, my LDS mission in the country of Kiribati in the Pacific Ocean, and it's one of those things where it's so contagious, and over there, the hygiene's probably not the best, and so it was one of those things where one person got it and it just spread to probably like a third of the island had pink eye within a week or two. I had it in both eyes, and everybody was just out. And the thing is if you're not careful, you're around people that have pink eye, you're going to get pink eye. You have to be really careful with washing your hands and doing preventative things to be careful. But it went away eventually. It's usually only a few days where you'll have it, but it's not super bad. I'm not a doctor, but it's normally just a virus, just like getting the cold or something. You get a virus, and then it can jump from one person to another, especially if you're not washing your hands or if you're working closely with somebody. That's why it's really common with kids or within a family or roommates or something, because you're close with them, and then you can get it just like the cold. Other times I think it can get caused if like things get in your eye. It's like a different kind, but usually it's just a virus that you can get. It's not usually something serious, but you do need to be careful when you get it to not spread it around to other people. So there's two treatments I would recommend if you have pink eye. The number one is kind of the obvious thing, is they have eye drops for pink eye that you can get from a local doctor, and they usually work pretty well. If you put them in, you'll get some relief, and within a couple of days it should clear up. The other one, if you are more into natural remedies or things like that, I, on my mission in Kiribati in the Pacific Ocean, had really bad pink eye in both of my eyes, and they swore that breast milk was the solution, and so I was like, sure, let's try it. I'm dying right now. And it actually works. I swear by it. I've done it several times. It might sound pretty crazy, but I was actually just looking online, and it's actually a thing that people do. That they use breast milk, so you just put a couple drops in your eye or something like that, and it helps if you're into that kind of thing. But either way, it goes away within a couple of days, even if you don't treat it. So my most helpful tip with pink eye is just remembering that it's extremely contagious most of the time. So you really want to, if you have it, to stay away from people, stay at home, because if you're going to school or going to work, there's a good chance people around you are going to get it. And also just remembering to, if people around you have pink eye, to wash your hands a lot. Don't rub your eyes, things like that, because that just increases the likelihood of you getting it. So be careful when people have pink eye to stay away from them, and if you have it, to do everything you can to get rid of it before you are out doing stuff with other people. So if you're watching this video and you have pink eye right now, you need some encouragement. It's going to go away soon. It honestly only lasts a few days usually. It can sometimes be like a week or two, but as long as you're resting up, you're trying to do something to cure it, like you have eye drops or something, it should go away pretty quickly. Just recommend, like I said, resting, close your eyes, be in a dark space. Usually if you're out in the sunlight, it's going to make it worse. It's going to hurt your eyes. So just take a few days to rest up and let it clear up for good before you can go out and do your normal thing. You'll make it.